to Chalk Talk, Danville Public Schools Weekly News Magazine. I'm Dianne Locker, your host. I'm here with two very important people. I've got our superintendent, Dr. Stanley Jones, and I've got today our chief of police, Scott Booth. And I'm going to start off, unusual, usually start with the superintendent. I'm starting with the chief right now and
privileged. Good morning.
And I'm saying, Chief, why are you here today, and what is the police department doing for our first day of school?
So this is an exciting day, not just for the students and teachers and the superintendent and you, but for the community. Our officers get excited about this. So we were thinking the other day that we really wanted to show our support and our presence. I talked to Dr. Jones about this, and he likes our partnership and the things that we're doing together. So we wanted to come out. And I talked to him yesterday, and I told him I wanted to be here just because this school opening up is a big deal in this community. People tell me all the time how excited they are for Woodrow Wilson to be open again and the impact it can have on their community. So I got excited. So we're out here. You and I spoke off camera earlier, and you had a great point. It's not just about that sense of safety, but it's about connectivity.
Yes.
When kids see us and kind of humanizes us, things like that lip sync video that we do that people bring up, but it shows that we're just normal people, because we are. We're here to protect people and serve people and connect and be a part of this community.
Well, let me tell you something else about that connectivity. Don't be surprised when these kids start pouring in here that you don't get a few hugs and stuff.
Okay, I'm looking forward to that.
And you tell me how many times you get hugs in your day.
Yeah, I will.
Dr. Jones?
Well, this school was built in 1926 for a specific purpose. Today, it begins to fulfill that purpose.
And we're opening now as what we're calling an intermediate school.
Right.
We've got 4th and 5th grade here. Now tell me why we have 4th and 5th grade here and no other grades.
Well, part of it was to create a 1 to 15 ratio at two of our most overcrowded elementary schools, Woodberry Hills and GLH Johnson. So there'll be K-3 schools with a 1 to 15 ratio, and to also have what we think is an appropriate student-teacher ratio here in 4th and 5th grade. So really, the goal is to optimize learning for every child by ensuring that we have a high-quality learning environment. And class size matters when it comes to that.
Well, I think the reason that we're here at Woodrow today is because, one, it's opening. It's a new school. We had our open house a couple of days ago, and it was a smash success. I was told by some of the people this morning that most of the parents and students showed up that day. And we have very few that are going to show up today that weren't there for open house.
It was a remarkable day. And again, the way I would describe it, it was a day full of optimism. You just had a sense of optimism. The community feels like a community now because they have a big, beautiful school right in the middle of it. And we know that, again, the school's going to fulfill its purpose of growing the minds and bodies of our future leaders.
And I think another reason it's important we're here today is because for the first time, I believe, we're going to have the police involved in the first day of school.
I would like
actively
I don't want to
involved.
Speak, but I think it is the first time, and we have some officers actually riding buses today. I have a number of officers actually riding the buses in with kids. And so it's exciting. We're glad to be a part of that, and we want to make that a regular partnership. And things are only getting better between the city of Danville and its school system. So we really want to keep that partnership and that commitment to make the city and the school system better here.
Well, it's going to be an exciting day for the kids, exciting day for the police department, and an absolutely exciting day for you. Now,
best part of our day.
Yeah, you and I are going to leave here and go to those two schools that we have pulled students at this school. We're going to be going to Woodberry and Johnson.
Can't wait to get there. Again, it's an exciting new day for them because it's just a different climate in those schools.
A different climate because we have different grade levels.
Exactly.
Stay with us because we're going to be getting to some other schools, and we really need to open the doors. We've got a bunch of kids out there dying to get in. I'm here with Mike Adkins, and he's the one that takes care of those big yellow school buses that you see. Now, Mike, you're out here at Woodrow with us today. It's the first day of school. What's the big thing for the buses on that first day?
Well, the biggest challenge we have to face is being the first day is we don't know exactly who will ride and who won't. So we have to have our buses go by every stop to see who's there and who isn't. That's not too bad until we get into the second group of schools, and that's when the elementary students have to get off the bus and they're a bit slower as the principals are identifying them and putting tags and that type thing, which puts us a little bit behind schedule. But all in all, we've had a good opening. We haven't been too far behind schedule. Everything seems to have really gone well, and hopefully within just a few days we'll have everything on schedule.
Now, you talk about the schedule and being on schedule. The buses that are arriving here at Woodrow are going to be shortly used to take kids to middle school or high school?
No, actually, Woodrow is in our last bell schedule. We have 4 bell schedules. Our middle schools are in our first bell schedule, and they drop off at 7 a.m.
Okay, so they go first,
Yes.
middle school and high school?
Yes, well, the middle school, just the
Okay.
middle school. And then in our second bell schedule, we have Forest Hills, we have Schoolfield, we have Park Avenue, and we have our Langston Focus School. And once they complete those routes, then they move to our third bell schedule, which is our Galileo High School, our George Washington High School, and our Northside Pre-K School. Then our fourth bell schedule consists of Woodrow Wilson, E.A. Gibson, Jill H. Johnson, and Grove Park Preschool.
You've got it all memorized, and it's working like it's supposed to work. And thanks to you
Yes.
for that, and thanks to all those wonderful bus drivers.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Chris, I
Yes.
just saw you taking a child to the classroom,
Yes, ma'am.
and I saw you attempt to take one to a classroom, but he was going to breakfast. He wasn't
Yeah,
doing the
had his
classroom.
classes mixed up a little bit, so we got him straight.
In all of my years here, I don't think I've ever been to a first day of school that I've seen officers so involved with what we're doing.
Well, you know, Chief Booth, one of the things he brought here was our idea of being more engaged with our youth, being more engaged with our community, and what better place to do it than in the schools. You know, see police officers, interact with police officers in a positive way. You know, not on the enforcement side. You know, that's an element of what we do, but it's not
It's not
not all we do.
No,
and so having that interaction is priceless.
And I see the chief out there doing a hand smack with everybody that gets off the school
Yes.
bus. That's going to go a long way.
I think so, and that's what we're trying to get at here is just, you know, form those bonds, relationships, let students know, let kids know, let the community know we're in this together. This is our community too. I'm from Danville. I grew up here, so you know this is just exciting to see, and isn't it awesome to come here and see the school alive again, being what
The
it's
school
meant
alive
to be.
again, alive again, the community alive
nice.
again. People out there just greeting left and right, the officers, school resource officers, all of those things. That's really great,
It
and
is
I want to
exciting.
thank you for being
Thank you
here.
guys so much, and what a great turnout. Yeah, what a great day.
We're having a good time.
First day back to school, exciting.
TyQuan Graves is one of our newest school board members, and am I correct if I say also one of the youngest school board members in Virginia?
Yes, ma'am, you're correct.
Okay, so you've got that title now.
Yes, ma'am.
Now, you've been following us around on first day, so this is obviously the first day that you've experienced.
Oh, yeah. I'm pushing 5,000 steps right now. So we've been to, this will make our third school today.
Yes.
So, yeah, I'm excited.
Now-
Fourth school, I'm sorry.
What did you think about first day? What did you expect to see, and what did you see?
I expected everything. I anticipated this day. The kids are excited. The community is excited. They're ready to learn, and that's the most important thing, and that's what I'm excited about. It's exciting to see children smiling, teachers smiling, and the people in the community smiling.
Yes, that was the one thing. If I had to put an underline to this day, these kids are happy.
Oh, yeah.
They're showing off, telling us what's new, and just enjoying themselves.
And that's what it's all about, you know. A happy kid is a happy and successful education.
You've got it. You've got it. Want to thank you for following us around today, and welcome to the school board. Welcome to Danville Public Schools.
Thank you.
Now, David, you were here when school opened this morning, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Now, we've been over in another school and we saw the officers there. What's it been like for you this morning?
It's actually been pretty pleasant. You know, the parents and children were lined up probably 10, 15 minutes before the doors opened. They had things set up to where if anybody didn't know where they were going, they could form a line right here and then go into the office. Some kids knew exactly where they were going and some needed guidance, but there's plenty of people out here to help them.
How long has it been since you had a first day at school?
Actually, last year, my grandson, yeah, he did stay with me last year, so I'm pretty familiar with it. Don't want to do it anymore. My kids are grown.
Now, it being an officer and in this capacity today, and I talked with Chief Scott earlier today, and he talked about making relationships. Do you feel like this was part of you making relationships with each of those kids that walked through that door?
Yes, ma'am. We've been working at it for months now, and you can see it taking effect. Some of the kids that came in today, they knew me. You get a bunch of high fives and everything, and usually kids would kind of shy away from you, but they're not doing that anymore. They engage us honestly like never before. So
Let me ask you something. Did you get any hugs today?
didn't get any hugs, but I got a lot of handshakes and a lot of high fives.
Hey, that's just as good. Here's
Yes,
your
ma'am.
hug.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thanks for being here. We really, really appreciate it.
Yes, ma'am. No problem.
You having a good first day?
Yes.
It's the first day in second grade. You having a good first day?
Yes.
You are?
Allie.
Allie. How are you, Allie?
Good.
I like your dress, Allie.
Thank you.
You having a good first day? In second grade? You second grade too?
Yeah.
And you are?
Deasia.
Deasia. Beautiful name. Deasia, how are you?
Good.
Good. So do you all realize that I work for you?
Yes. Yes.
You know that I work for you? What do I do?
Yes.
What's my job?
I don't know. Yeah, me either.
He's a
Well, I
superintendent.
try to make sure that you have teachers and that we hire cafeteria workers and that we have bus drivers and that the lights work and that if it snows, we don't want you to be unsafe. So sometimes we close school. I know you hate it when we close school, though.
Yes.
Well, let me ask you this question. What if we had school on Saturdays?
I wouldn't come.
Why not?
Saturday is my day off.
Saturday's your day off. Everybody should have a day off. What about you?
Same.
You wouldn't come on Saturday?
No.
I bet you would come.
No.
You wouldn't come on? You wouldn't come on a Saturday?
No. Except free time off.
But I thought you like school. Don't you want to go to school 7 days a week?
Well, we want to have some vacations too. Yeah, even though I went
Summer
on
vacation.
3 vacations in the summer, but still.
And you have vacation from the time school ends every day till the time you come back the next day, don't you? Is that not vacation?
Yes, I guess. I would come the first week, then I won't come no
You
more.
wouldn't come. Okay.
You're going to give him one time, right?
So you think? So I told you. I told you I work for you, right? So you think it's a bad idea for me to have school on Saturdays?
Yeah.
All right, then I'll make a deal with you. We will not have school on Saturdays.
What do you see with the changes we've made? We've moved out 4th and 5th grade. What's it been like for you? This is your first day back. What's the difference?
So far, I think the lower numbers, the smaller class sizes, I can already see a difference. Teachers are able to move around, circulate around the room, and give more individual attention to the children. And this morning was a lot safer not having so many here. We noticed a big difference safety-wise. And we're getting parents oriented to the school, and they seem to be very happy and excited. If we can keep them this excited, we're going to be just fine.
Positive change.
Yes, ma'am. Absolutely. 100%. And I see it.
Well, think about it. What parent will be upset because their child's getting more individualized attention?
True.
I can't imagine. And I'm a parent of two. They both went through the school system. And I tell you what, I really like the direction we're headed.
And then again, the emphasis here is really to try to ensure, the goal at least, is really trying to ensure by 3rd grade, every student's reading. Minimally.
And this gives us a better chance to do that.
It sure does.
Absolutely.
And it gives our teachers an opportunity to specialize in the areas where they're the strongest.
Now, I want you to be sure that you make him do jump rope for the heart this year.
I want
He got out of it this year,
Yeah,
not last year, not this year,
We
okay?
went over that $100,000 mark last year that since I've been here. And I carried on the tradition that Lynn Dillon started here. And I owe her a lot because she got me into it. So we're
Sounds
really
like you just
positive.
challenged him.
I think so.
Yeah, I just need to take a day off afterwards.
Dr. Jones, we've been to 3 schools. We started out at Woodrow, we went to Johnson, and now we're here at Woodberry. Give me your high point of this day.
Well, I think the high point is that it's clear from visiting all 3 schools that there's just a sense of optimism and how quickly we get into routines and procedures and setting the tone and and not only embracing students but their parents, and that exchange of trust as parents drop off their children,
Yes.
and entrust them with us, with the expectation that they're going to be even better when we return them.
But what's neat is
yeah.
there were kids walking down the halls in a straight line today. We've seen many kids eating breakfast, those types of things. That's first day. I mean, that's the thing we need to emphasize. This first day, they just got here, and it's great. It's been quiet.
Well, the community often wonders, what are things like in schools? And in particular, what are things like in Danville Public Schools? This is a typical opening. The difference this year with those three schools is smaller numbers of students, because two of those schools were our most overcrowded schools. So the support from the community to be able to make these kinds of investments to ensure that the learning environment is rich and positive and appropriately sized makes a big difference.
And I think what's important for the community to know is, why did we choose these three schools today? We chose Woodrow because this is the first day of the reopening of Woodrow as an intermediate school.
That's correct.
For 4th and 5th graders. We went to Woodberry, we came here to Woodberry and went to Johnson because they are not as crowded as they were this year, and they're only going to have K through 3. So it's a big change. So those three schools have probably the major changes in the school system this year, and that's why we chose those.
And when we talk with our staff, that what they're saying, whether we talk to cafeteria staff, we talk to transportation staff, we talk to front office staff, we talk to the nurses, or we talk to teachers, this feels right. This gives us an opportunity to really meet the individual needs of every single child in our system.
Not only does it feel right to them, they said it's the best opening they've had in a long time.
One teacher said in 26 years, best opening ever. But that didn't even sum it up. What sums it up is when you look into the eyes and the faces of the children, and again, you see the enthusiasm, and school feels like a place where they should be.
And that's where they are. I want to say to everyone out there, welcome to the new 2018-2019 school year. We've had a wonderful visit today. We've seen a lot of kids. What's important is what happens from this point on, and we've got some great things going on this year. And we want you to keep tabs on what we're doing. Keep tuning into the show to find out what's going on in Danville Public Schools.